Hello, thank you for visiting CTFairBet. My name is Glenn Costales. Today I want to go over a couple different things. I can't believe we are on so many videos. We are on, Benicio, what number are we on? 15, 16?
We're on 18.
18?
Yeah.
Wow. Anything else I forget?
Subscribe and like the video, sign the petition, and visit the website.
Okay. Thank you there, young man. That's my 14-year-old boy. He's the one who does all the work on this. I just come up with the stuff pertaining to the casino. Also, one thing I wanted to bring up, from now on, my son goes back to school the 29th, and he does all the work on this. We're only going to do Saturdays postings because, again, he goes back to school unless something important comes up. Today I want to, a buddy of mine called me. He used to work at Mohegan Sun. Chinese guy, good man. He wanted to talk about, he said, Glenn, one thing I don't understand, Mohegan Sun always stresses out about the Asian play, and they put so much toward Asian marketing and what have you. But then he said to me, he goes, Glenn, why isn't there no Asian shift managers or dual rate shift managers or a full-time Asian pit boss? And I'm like, I don't know why. Kind of makes sense when, it doesn't make sense when there's so much good help and there's not one Asian full-time pit boss. Off the top of my head, I can name 10 people that are more than qualified. And plus also it looks good to the staff and also to the patrons it looks good. Whenever most of the Asian staff, when it snows, they're coming to work. There's a storm outside, they're coming to work. So hopefully they can work on that and at least make one full-time Asian pit boss. That would mean a lot to the staff and the players because they notice it. Also, what's another couple of things I wanted to talk about? Oh, the next posting I'm going to do is after Wednesday. I've been contacted. Wednesday, I'm doing a radio show pertaining CTFairBet in Connecticut. Obviously, I live in North Carolina, but they saw the site and they're interested. But I can't give you the site because I don't want Mohegan Sun to come after the radio station and stop it. So once I do the radio show, I believe they're doing a 30-minute spot about CTFairBet. And I'll bring all the stuff up. Also, my friends in Jersey want to do a super PAC. One more thing, this is kind of interesting. The woman who helped me with the getting started with the website, by trade she is a proofreader for books. And she contacted me and says, Glenn, I've seen all your videos and you should do a book. So we're laying the groundwork now on doing a book. So I'm going to use people's emails, different postings that were sent to me, different emails. I'm not going to use anybody's name. I'm going to talk to everybody. Excuse me. I'm not going to use anybody's name. And if somebody wants to send me their story, and I'll put it in the book. At first, we're going to do an ebook. And also, I understand a Hispanic floor person was let go this week. And this girl is an absolute sweetheart. And if they can fire this woman, they can fire anybody. And I understand she did nothing wrong. And I'm starting to think that literally nobody is safe unless you're tribal. So anybody watching this video, you better get prepared to get fired or look over your shoulder, because they let this woman go, from what I understand, based upon my emails. She didn't do anything wrong, and she doesn't have any enemies. And if it has to go through Mark's desk, this guy gets off on firing people. Lord knows he has no other skills, but he just likes terminating people and looking on social media. You fruitcake. But one more thing, the employee that got wrongfully terminated and they took her gaming license, she went to court last week, and that isn't done yet. I have met with my lawyers, and my lawsuit will be going through and filed once her case gets all done. And it's not about the $57,000. I just want to go to court so I can expose all this treatment, how all the non-Native Americans get abused, get fired for no reasons. No board of review. The handbook is non-existent. HR tries their best, but they're a toothless tiger. And it's going to make the papers. So, I'm fixated on this, and it's not going to end. I got another email, and this one's a dandy. So, and this isn't beat up on Trevor time. I had no desire to talk about this guy again because it makes me look like a bully. And I'm like, even though the guy left me to die on the floor and I had to call 911, and stupid clog boy said I threw a bottle. Threw a punch, yeah, that's Glenn. Choked somebody, yeah, that's Glenn. Threw a bottle, yeah, okay. You might as well say I threw my purse. You suck. Pump. So I got this email from a guy who's always sworn that Mohican's son had problems with minorities. And I never go on Facebook, and you can look at mine and you never see any postings. My wife puts postings on there, but it's not from me. So the guy says to me, he says, Glenn, go to Trevor's webpage. And I never done before. I never went to Mark's or nobody's. I don't go to anybody's. I think Facebook is great if you're a 12-year-old girl, but because you can social media everybody and tell them what you ate or what skirt you're wearing or how you dressed and what are you going to wear to school. I think it's really weird. To each his own, but unless you're big into sports and you want to talk about, your team or whatever, I don't get it. But business, I understand, because you can talk about networking, and I get it. Also, hey, before I change the subject, again, look at the layout. My son found this in the attic. This is our stage. We've got a blackjack layout. We got a shoe. I taught craps and blackjack in Mississippi and Iowa. So this is our prop area. This is our little, but, so I went to Trevor Newman's Facebook post. And the one the guy sent me it's about Black Lives Matter. And he's got a bunch of he's got 2 Facebook postings that I saw that the guy brought to my attention. It's about Black Lives Matter. It's one posting is, if Black lives really matter to you, and there's a woman holding up a sign that says Black Lives Matter, you be gunning down gangbangers and dope dealers. So this is one that Trevor has on his website on Facebook. So then There's another one on his that says, a black criminal pointed a stolen gun at a black officer, got shot by the black officer who was protecting a black neighborhood, and the black residents responded by burning down their own neighborhood. And why, you may ask? Because Black Lives Matter. Well, let me explain something to you, Trevor, and you other clueless fucking turds, excuse my language, it's not that white lives or Asian lives or any other group doesn't matter. They're just holding up their hand and saying, our black sons, daughters, grandmothers, fathers matter. They're not talking bad about the Irish, the Italians, or they're just saying that they mean something. That's all that means. So for you to be putting this on there, they're just saying that black people count too. Historically, they were slaves. Their women were raped. The men were shackled. They were beaten with whips. In 1965, they were hung. Okay? So, I mean, to this day, they're still. Now they can't drive. Trayvon Martin got assassinated. Some guy followed him. He didn't do anything wrong. I mean, we can go on and on. And then they go into the numbers. What's that mean, sir?
12 minutes in.
Thank you. And then they go. I love how they go into the numbers, where 90% of blacks get killed by blacks. Okay, black people tend to live with black people. 83% of whites get killed by white people because, that's right, you guessed it, whites live with whites. So that whole thing is nutty. All they're saying is Black Lives Matter. That black kid that gets killed, that black daughter, I mean, the child matters. We all matter. We matter. Hispanic, Asian, white, black, that's all the same. So, Trevor, let me do this for you. Hold on. And I want somebody, after they watch this video, definition of leadership. I'm going to do something for you, Trevor.
The action of leading a group of people or an organization.
Okay, Trevor, since you're a director, which is mind-blowing, and you're in a leadership role, you're a director, okay? The action of leading a group of people or an organization, okay? You shouldn't have a Facebook, okay? And also, you have marijuana all over your site. Do you realize in the state of Connecticut, it's against the law? So take down the marijuana, take down the stuff with a racial overtone. Hispanic girl gets fired for something she don't do, and a minority sends it these things about Black Lives Matter. They're not saying nobody else matters, you moron. It's just saying, hey, look at us, we're black, we do matter. Okay? That's all it means. It's not disparaging any other group. It's just trying to say, black people, we kind of mean something. That's all that means. Okay? So, as a manager, or if anybody out there who's a friend, once you see this video, can you please call up Trevor, tell him to take down his website. Excuse me. God, I'm so thirsty. See, I can find another definition for you. You know what? You look it up. I'm not looking up. I'm not your secretary. So, I don't know how you got this job. They should put you on the golf course and just get rid of you. You're a scratch golfer. You're a phenomenal golfer. I've seen you play before. Just go on the golf course. And They gave you that job because you were tribal. Mark, I don't know how you still have your job. You guys are controlling people's destiny, people's future, and you don't belong there. Mark, you destroy the poker room, you destroy morale, you can't wait to fire people. But the employees are starting to see a racial element to all this. And you got to realize the person you're litigating with now, she's a nice person. And she's being nice about all this. You fired her unjustly. But when I come after you, I'm not going to be so nice. I've saved every piece of paper I got from Mohegan Sun. You saw the memo I had from 1999. So I save stuff forever. So I'm disgusted. So do me a favor, Trevor. Based upon your website, I never thought of you as a guy that had racial issues. But based upon the thing that you put on there about the Black Lives Matter, my man, shut the site down. You're hurting your staff. And the thing with the drugs, there's marijuana all over it again. I hate repeating it. You know, it's showing your lack of maturity. When I started in the casino business, all the directors, all the casino managers, all the bosses were old-time Vegas guys. They were already in the business 30, 40 years. They were all 50, 60-year-old plus people. You got the job, you're too young, you're too, you don't have enough school, you don't have enough education in the business. You don't have enough time in. You should still be flooring. So everybody, from now on, I'm only going to post on Saturdays. I'm trying to think if I forget anything before I go. Benicio, do me a favor, give me your spiel again.
No. Subscribe and like the video.
No, go slow. Go to CTFairBet. Go through the whole thing.
There's the third thing. Subscribe and like the video, sign the petition, and visit the website.
Okay, I'm trying to think if I forget anything. No, we are not. So after Wednesday, I'm going to post. I'll probably post Wednesday night. So everybody, contact me at ctfairbet@gmail.com. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh yeah, I almost forgot one thing. I got an email from a poker dealer from Twin Rivers who got fired from Mohegan Sun because of social media. She was sticking up for Mohegan Sun, and she just made an example of a bunch of, she used the expression of riffraff. And Mark at the time was running the poker room, and he didn't like the girl, and he got her fired. She wasn't being mean or nothing like that, but she was just saying that she wasn't specific, but he wanted to get her, so he got her. So, excuse me, this question is about management. Since that flyer comes out to the employees, and Trevor on his Facebook page, and let me read this again. I'm just going to briefly go over this. It's even on social media. You represent Mohegan Sun. This is in the employee thing. It's remind you that even when you're off duty, you still represent Mohegan Sun, especially on social media. Never post any information or rumors that may be false about Mohegan Sun. Okay, always be aware of what you post and what's the effect of it. And keep in mind that certain conduct is prohibited by social media policy number 68 and may result in disciplinary actions. Unfortunately, you are solely responsible for what you have posted online. Wow. So, Trevor, my question to you is this. In management, you just had Trevor post marijuana, weed, all over Facebook, which is illegal in Connecticut. Every other posting is about Boston Red Sox, or it's about weed, or it has a racial element about Black Lives Matter that he has psychological discomfort with that. So what's going to happen to him? Is he going to lose his job? Final written warning? Why don't you ship the guy out to the golf course? He can be the golf pro. He's a very good golfer. Lord knows he can't talk to players or employees. And Trevor, you trying to beat Mark with bad conduct? Because I can't believe you were stupid enough to put that on your Facebook page. Mark, you used to clean bedpans. That's why you have BP instead of VP. So you guys are killing me. And you guys used to be my boss. There's a million people on the floor. Dealers, floor people, pit bosses, dual rate shifts, shift managers that should have your guys' job. How do you guys feel walking around a casino knowing 75% of the staff would do a better job than you guys do? But it's no longer my problem. So at the end, let's see what happens to Trevor. And Mark, I still can't believe you had a job. Still have a job. So, everyone, take care. Talk to you soon.